AJ Savramedo from Wildcat Resources, lithium developer in the Pilbara. Give you a little bit of history there. GAM, or Sons of Gwalia, had 4 projects. They had Greenbushes, they had Wodgina, Pilgangoora and Tabba Tabba. 3 of those projects have become the biggest hard rock mines in the world, supplying over 35% of the world's lithium. Our geologists went and had a look at Tabba Tabba, identified that there were synergies and some of the ratios were similar that they're seeing in the other 3 mines. And then we purchased the asset, drilled it. The key things are that it starts off, there was a tantalum mine there before. It was mined for tantalum, so a lot of the approvals were done for tantalum. There's a pit there for tantalum, and then we found lithium there. The key things that we like about the project is it's very close to port, so low costs of transport. It's going to be a large deposit. We had 6 rigs drilling there. We drilled in 115,000 meters and came up with a 74 million ton resource that is only drilled to 480 meters. So there's more potential to find parallel lodes and lodes at depth. It'll be in the lowest quartile for costs. So what I like about the project and what we see in it is if you're in the lowest quartile for costs, you can go through any cycle, and it's low operating costs. So we really like the project. We like the mine life that we see in it. We're hoping for a mine life of 20 plus years, and being the lowest cost operator puts us in the realms of other hard rock operators close to us, mainly Pilbara Minerals, which is 47 k's from us, and Wodgina, which is 87 k's from us. Yeah, typically from the time of having a resource to go to a mining lease, you have to prove up that there's economic potential and then go through the departments to get a mining lease. From a resource to getting a mining lease is typically about 3 years. We already have a mining lease, so that shortcuts the process. A lot of baseline studies have been done. We've gone back and redone those studies to make sure they're in line for our new lithium approval. We had a tantalum approval in place. We'll update that with a lithium approval only because it's the size of the pit and the location of some of the infrastructure has changed. But we see that happening quite quickly. You know, we see ourselves as being the next lithium project into production. I'll give you a little bit of history on how we've gone through the cycle. We purchased the asset in May 2023. Very quickly we started drilling in July of that year. In September, we announced that we had a major discovery of lithium. Then we had 6 rigs turn up at site, 6 diamond rigs with over 80 people on site. We have a camp on site that we own. We housed all the 80 people on site, put a camp in place over Christmas, and then we drilled with 6 rigs for a period of about 8 months, 115,000 meters of diamond core, and very quickly came up with a resource, a large resource at 0.45 cutoff grade, % lithium. That's about 74 million tons. At a normal mining cutoff grade of 0.3, that's about 90 million tons of resource. So a large resource which will come through in a PFS study to a large mine life. So we'll come out with a PFS study in the September quarter. Very quickly, we're saying about 12 months later, we'll come out with a DFS study. In parallel, we'll run the funding options for the project. We've also got exploration drilling planned for our regional targets. We've got 6 other regional targets. We call it Fill the Mine, where we have Tabba Tabba, which is the main source of ore for the project, but we've got a number of lithium prospective developments around us that we want to further explore. We've also got a gold asset in New South Wales, which is about 770,000 ounces that will progress as we go forward. So when we do a PFS study, the PFS study is done to a very high level of accuracy. So to move it into a DFS study, we don't have to do too much. Australian mining consultants have done all the mine designs. We've got BHM doing all the metallurgy. We've got SLR doing all the environmental side of things. So reputable consultants that have come in and done the work. So to change it over to that next phase shouldn't take too much longer, but we're pretty well funded. We've got 60 million in the bank to get a lot of that work done. So when we come out with a DFS study, we want to give the options, look at all the funding options available. That could be your debt funding, your typical debt funding, your equity funding, government agencies, have a look at the funding options there, as well as asset level, where we look at the downstream lithium demand every year. The demand keeps growing by 30+%. We see a lot of downstream coming in and asking us for lithium offtake, so that might be a funding option. If you look at the downstream, you'd think the market's red hot at the moment. So that's certainly an option for us. So, we're running a number of parallel processes to get the project into production. We think it'll be in the lowest quartile for production costs. That means it can survive in any lithium cycle. That's what we're trying to do. And the cycles are the cycles. When they really take off, they go hard. But what we want to do is just make sure we set up and we don't miss the next lithium cycle. So we've got a lot of advantages. We're on a mining lease. We have water permits. We have flora-fauna studies done. We've done all our geotechnical drilling. From the time we actually hit lithium there, all what we want to do was to de-risk the project. So get a resource in place, get the mining studies in, get the environmental in place, and then get the financials in place. And we've done a lot of work over the last 12 months to get that work completed. We're certainly in the right location. We're in Port Hedland, we're in the Pilbara, we're in Western Australia. We've got a large resource. It's going to be spodumene dominant. It's a great asset in terms of size and scale. Size and scale gives you low-cost production options. And certainly we're in the right location. We've got the right asset. And we think we have also the right team now. We certainly have geologists on board that know lithium and want to find more lithium on all our regional tenements. And now we're bringing that construction expertise so that we can certainly have the right location, the right asset, and the right team to deliver this project. In our minds and in eyes of a lot of the analysts, it's one of the best undeveloped projects in the world.